So I'm back again, like a double disc, with another video, man. After watching Devin Haney fight over the weekend, man, I can't help but to think that, because I just did the video about how I feel like Rolly Romero would have gave Devin Haney a better fight than what George Kambosos did. But, I mean, just thinking about the Gervonta Davis fight, right, with Devin Haney, thinking about the matchup, because that's the matchup we all really, really want to see, like, ultimately, after all these other fights, as long as everybody get through who they supposed to get through. But I'm looking at the styles. I'm studying Devin Haney. I'm looking at him, I'm watching him. And I just feel like more, I know, I can't even say I just feel, I got to put some more emphasis on it. I just know Gervonta Davis just still knock him out. Like, that's why I felt like before the fight. But after just watching it and looking at Kambosos, I'm looking at him like, all right, he decent, but he really ain't shit. Talking about George Kambosos, he really ain't shit. Yeah, Devin Haney made him look like shit, but he wasn't shit, though. If I'm going to keep it all the way 100, he was an all right type of fighter. He wasn't no Gervonta. He wasn't no Tank. Because a lot of people, we were talking in the chat or whatever, because I live streamed for the fight. Some people was like, Devin Haney beat Gervonta Davis. Nigga, ain't nothing about this motherfucking fight that I'm watching show me anything about him beating Gervonta Davis. Nothing showed me nothing. What it did show me was he still ain't got no power. 1. He opened for that pull counter. 2. But Kambosos wasn't able to. He too fucking weak. I'm just saying, man. I don't ever want to see George Kambosos again. I don't give a fuck who he fight. I never even watched that nigga before the Teofimo Lopez fight. I watched him versus Teofimo Lopez. He beat Teofimo Lopez, but, some would say that Teo was a hype job. That's what a lot of niggas were saying. They said Shakur used to beat his ass all the time in sparring. They said he used to get dropped, get his ass beat all the time. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes Devin Haney give up his reach advantage. Sometimes he get it up. Sometimes he overextend. He dip down to the right. Sometimes he stay there too long. But you need somebody just as athletic as him to be able to capitalize off that type of shit, because George Kambosos was like a stiff-ass white boy with no rhythm. He ain't had no rhythm. He was a stiff fucking white boy who ain't have no rhythm about himself. One of them white boys you see in the fucking club that can't fucking dance. I can't dance either, by the way, but that ain't the fucking subject. You like one of them stiff-ass white boys. He ain't had, he couldn't adjust. He ain't had no fucking game plan. Yeah, congratulations, Devin Haney. This ain't taking no credit away from Devin. He did his thing on it, beat the shit out of that white boy. But I'm talking about Tank versus Devin right now, nigga. I don't want to hear that bitch-ass shit y'all probably going to come with. But what we talking about right now is Tank versus Devin. Tank, right? I can't help but to watch him fight the other weekend. I'm just like, he still look better than Devin Haney, bro. I was just keeping it 100. He would have got that nigga the fuck up out of there. That nigga would have been on the fucking mat, face down. He would have been done. That's the difference between Tank and Devin. Devin and Shakur is okay with going 12 rounds with guys who can't even fuck with them. Yeah, it's cool to watch niggas out boxing. Yeah, boom, jab, jab. That shit cool and all, but I'm just saying, when a nigga don't supposed to be fucking with you, you have to show him he can't fuck with you. That's all I'm saying. This ain't no hate on Dev or nothing. This just real shit that niggas ain't gonna say, because, that ain't me. But anyways, if Tank Davis and Devin Haney was to ever get in the ring with each other, which I believe would happen, but not next, but because you know, Tank was still with Mayweather Promotions and Devin Haney with fucking Bob Arum for 3 more fights. It's not next. Put it like that. We just gonna say the bullshit. But style versus style, you know, both of them niggas quick. You know, Tank got like cat-like reflexes. Devin Haney, he got good reflexes too. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes, right, he get on the inside, right, and he dip down to the right. He try, you know, he needs somebody to get up out them clinches, wiggle up out them motherfuckers, push them off you. I mean, I'm so disappointed in George Kambosos. Like I said, I don't ever want to see a nigga fight again. I don't care who he fight. Get him the fuck up out of here. I only seen one fight any fucking way from him, and that was T.O. But from now on, don't even put him back on TV. He don't deserve it. Yeah, he got his 5 minutes of fame, and he got his ass beat during the 5 minutes. You know, but it ended up being 36 minutes because it went 12 rounds. But if he would have fought Tank, that shit would have been 6 minutes and would have been over. So, I'm just saying, man, it's a difference between Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis. One nigga get you the fuck up out of there if you don't supposed to be in there. And he got skill. It ain't like he only got power, but he ain't got no skill. He got skills. Just like Devin Haney. He can fight on the outside, on the back foot. He's a better inside fighter than Devin Haney. But he can fight on the outside just like Devin Haney. It's levels to this shit, man. How much more do I gotta say, man? Y'all think this shit a game, man? Devin Haney can't fuck with Tank, bro. But he a good ass fighter. Ain't too many niggas who can beat Devin Haney. It gotta be a pressure style fighter. You gotta be pressure, or you gotta have a lot of power with some IQ. You can't just have power because you got power. Devin Haney, you know, you might can clip him if you just got power and ain't got that much skill, but you gotta have some skill to be able to hit his ass, though. You know, because that motherfucker slick, too. You know, and he be on some, you know, he'll jab you. And then, he got a nice jab, but his jab ain't really, like, thumping. It ain't like it's thumping, but it's a good jab, enough to make you have to reset, though. So, that's a good thing about Devin Haney, but when he fights somebody like Tank lower to the ground. He got more leverage. So as he, you know, he coming in, he might hit him with a jab or two, and he might sacrifice that just to clip you. And then a lot of those jabs, the fact that you way taller than him, it's gonna go right over his head, and he got the leverage because he closer to the ground. So when he coming up, like for instance, an uppercut, he gonna clip Devin, and he gonna be the fuck up out of here. He gonna send him up there. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, I'm telling you. I like Dev, though, but it's hard because I'm just saying that it ain't really impressed me. I mean, I could have went to sleep and woke up and the fight was still going on. Period. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying all fights got to be knockout. I mean, I still enjoy that shit. I enjoyed Shakur versus Oscar Valdo. I enjoyed it. I watched it. I'm like, okay. Okay. But then Tank fought in between both of them. And when he laid the nigga out. So it's just different, bro. And I feel like Rolly was better than Oscar Valdez and George Kambosos. All the shit I be on Rolly ass. He talk all that shit. And he funny and everything like that, but he can fight. He better than George Kambosos. I feel like he'll beat the shit out of George Kambosos and Oscar Valdez. I feel like Rolly would. So I feel like between the three, right, Shakur, Devin, and Tank had the hardest opponent. He did. Facts. Because George felt, I'm telling you, he was weak as fuck, bro. You know, but, you know, Devin made him look extraordinary or whatever, but still, he still was trash. He was ass, bro. I don't want to see him again. I'm telling you. But that's all I got, man. Told y'all I was gonna come with them, you know, this is what I do, man. I gotta keep it 100. I watched them niggas fight back to back. And that is the conclusion that I came up with after watching those 3 fighters fight. Tank can't be fucked with. And I'm out, y'all. Deuces.